Welcome back. Welcome back. We are going to do ascension. We're going to talk about some really far out stuff. I'm just doing my cards. We're going to do a triangle today too. We're going to practice reading energy. Thank you so much for tuning in. So many wild things have been going on, so we're going to try and put it in as best as we can. Spirit wanted us to come up with the topic of totally forgot about it. What? Blueprint? Divine birthright? Divine birthright. Did I get it right, Spirit? Yeah, divine birthright. It's been super weird with all the different timeline shifts. We pulled out a few of the lower vibrational timelines, shifted, and you know, the multiverse that we've been going, the bottom of the deck today, there's gonna be some love, some alignment with your divine birthright. Ooh, look at that. Told ya. Welcome everybody. We talk about consciousness here. We talk about the consciousness of the expansion of Source Creator. All that we are as Source Creator. We're putting church and state aside from all of our 3D timelines and all of our 3D experiences and our beliefs and systems and our perspectives, because we have to move up in our belief systems. We're moving up to the grander umbrella, which is Source Creator. Source Creator is the highest umbrella of all creation, allowing us to step into greater understanding of who we are as quantum beings, what we exist within quantum all reality, and what exists with us as far as quantumness. Therefore, we get to understand that we're activating all that we are as light, activating light, playing with light, being with light, speaking with light, and that's my fourth book title is called The Alliance with Light. And as we're aligning all of our reality with light, then we get to live in kind of a higher vibrational experience and not just move day by day, giving our power away, giving our sovereignty, giving our agency away, and not understanding that we are Source Creator, we are godliness. And so there has, before we get started on all the dimensional stuff, so Source, can you remind me? Remind me of the timeline that I was just going to talk about. But before we do, there is someone in the collective that I've had lifetimes with that will be connecting with me. I've already been connecting with them. I know who they are. They're just remembering in these different shifts of vibration, different shifts of timeline. They're just starting to remember who I am vibrationally. It will be a vibrational connection first. It will be a vibrational, I think I remember that person. And so that's what's happening, as well as the shifts from the other timelines. I've been connecting with this person, this being, on different timelines. And so we're going to talk about the dimensional timeline shifts and how it's seeming really different. You're moving into the new Earth star dimensional timeline. I'm also going to talk about, if you can put down in my in the chat comments there, if you can remind me to talk about later, a future perspective of Mars. So we're going to talk about that. Because there were some beings that came through the Mars. There was a collective of Martians, I guess. Martians, and they weren't green, they were red. They were like a red clay color. So if you want to put that down in the chat, thank you. If you can put that down in the chat so I remember later. Usually my beautiful client that always puts the comments in, hopefully she's going to be here because I wanted to sing a song for her. So maybe I'll hold off on my song until she arrives. So we're going to talk about the Martians later, and they're in a higher vibrational dimension. They're between 5th and 6th vibrational experience, and so they are still humanoid, and they are like a red sandy color, and I'm helping them. They haven't really told me what I'm doing. I have a kind of a feeling, I have a sensational vibration of what I'm doing, but we are in the higher consciousness ethers, so talking about how I'm helping them, but they just came and approached me the other day. And so it's going to tie into some of the vibrational connections I'm making with now on these different vibrational earths. See the dimensions, where this is our universe. So on every dimension, there's infinite bandwidth. So we're just touching into a 5th dimensional bandwidth. So wherever the 5th is right there. So a lot of the timelines that have just been pulled out are the 3, and we've just shifted from a 3, like within the last month, most of us that are in this new Earth star cluster that I'm talking about, because they're my clients, they've been with me forever. So we've just moved from 3 to 4. The 4 is a lot of the emotional realm where we're healing a lot of the 3D traumas. Every human on this planet is responsible for 51% of the karma, healing the divine feminine energies and the divine masculine energies, which make up the kundalini. This is where we have the divine feminine, divine masculine, the mother and the father. The mRNA is where we are activating our Akash, the energy that's in our Akash for all of the timelines that we've existed within. Our ancestors, our spirit guides, and all of the shamanistic timelines that we've had in all of our Akashic timelines, as well as off-world. But every human is responsible for balancing and healing and back integrating the recombination of source. We are also recombining our 51% of our soul fragments. And that is the healing that must be done. And that's 51%. Every human is responsible for it. Every person has to take responsibility and commandmentship. That's called the Christ Toolkit, which I've been teaching for about 17 years. Plus, I teach it on the Pleiades with the children. We have to learn how to balance our bodies. We have to learn how to balance our understanding of who we are, what we exist within, what's going on within us, so that we can establish these new foundations of New Earth Star. As we establish the new foundation of New Earth Star, we're taking the best of all that we want from the church and state, but we're not living from those lower vibrational perspectives. We don't want to live from a lower vibrational intelligence. We want to raise our highest vibration, and right now, as we know it within this one universe, the highest vibrational intelligence is light. And source creator is all that is light, is all that is science. So we don't want to keep moving forward in lower vibrational constructs of church and state, the box belief stores, because we can go into whatever store we want, but they're still just versions of source creator. So us to move into 5D, we need to understand who we are, what do we exist within, what's going on within us, and we need to understand it at a quantum level. We need to understand it at a multiversal level. We need to understand it as how we are activating our light. How do we activate our light? Do we have a relationship with light? Are we aligned with light? And all of these things allow us grander aspects of understanding of all of the timelines we exist within, because everything is just now. So in this perpetuating now moment, you have all of these soul fragments that are now coming back to remind you, like I said earlier, there's going to be people in the collective that have had timelines with me and lifetimes with me. So they're going to be remembering, oh yeah, on a different vibration, we've just moved up into a different bandwidth, a higher vibration of bandwidth, just entering 5. So they're going to remember me in this because their consciousness is now opened to encapsulate more information or more memory. And it's going to be like cellular memory. It's going to be Akashic memory. It's going to be celestial memory. So this is why we do have to go through ascension process, because as we're moving on this spiral of now, as you're healing those densities, you do get that multidimensional experience of changing the energy within your fields, right? Because you exist within fields of light. And as you shift those energies in your fields, you have fields of light, you have your aura, it's an 8 to 20 foot field. And as you're clearing and cleansing those densities, you're working with light and you're moving those and purging the densities and you're purging the lower vibrational energies and belief systems. You're kind of integrating your unity consciousness, which is where we want to head. Unity consciousness is the highest vibrational intelligence. Unity consciousness gets activated by light. It gets activated by the light we're calling in, by the change of our beliefs, opinions, and attitudes. We're creating more light for ourselves. We're creating more mindfulness. We're becoming more heart-centered, because we have to activate the heart to activate all of the chakras above and below the heart. And that helps, again, activate the light. It helps activate the kundalini. It helps activate the atom-evantine particles, which run along the spine in the pillar of light. These are all the very sacred shamanic energies of who we are as light bodies. That light body has to be balanced before we get within our turned on, fully balanced and activated Merkaba. And that Merkaba allows us to travel in and out of space and intergalactic space travel. And I teach this to the Pleiades, to the Pleiadian children at a very young age. As soon as they're little children, I teach this to them. So they remember who they are coming out very early. And we talk about the systems of light, how light moves in and about their system, how their remembrance of light, they're working with light, and all of the things that we've learned from 3D, the archetypes that we learned from 3D, the archetypes we learned from the tarot, and all of those things, the church and state box store beliefs, everything that we've learned in church and state and how we've lived as a church and state society, giving our power away to everything outside of us. Now we're learning to reclaim that. It's called the recombination process, where we're recombining. And what happens in recombination process? You get to activate that new cellular growth. You get to have that replication. And that replication is entirely up to you. Now, how we do that is through your Christ Consciousness Toolkit. It has nothing to do with religion. Christ Consciousness is the energy that we are as light. It's the Metatronic light body. As you activate your light body, see all the points there? Those axional points? All of those axional points get activated with light, which then moves that consciousness, which moves source light, which moves the energy of light up and down the spine, then activating and spiraling your chakras. And all of your chakras hold information. All of your chakras hold multidimensional key information for every spiral that you're moving within. So everything is divinely timed. Your higher self knows exactly what it's doing. Every spiral of now, and wherever you're, this is your new timeline, this is your new dimension. Although things might look the same around you, but you'll notice that there is vibrational shifts. You're going to be meeting people you've never met before. There's going to be weird changes of time and space. They're just going to be moving from you. I've noticed the last couple of days, the last 2 days, if you're online a lot, you're going to notice that some of the things you used to go to are going to glitch and they're going to hold. When you find that your phone is holding on anything that you used to go into, whether it's a program, whether it's a file or anything like that, it's telling you when your phone does that, that's your higher self and your teams that are telling you that those are the things and those are the energies, those are the stories that are changing, so let it go. So then you just turn off your phone and let it reset. Because a lot of those, like if you're going into YouTube videos and stuff, right? A lot of those YouTube videos are going to be moving off because those are some of the timelines that have moved away. Or on the other flip side of it, right? Because there's always the positive and the negative. And we just say negative, it just means that the vibration is not working anymore, right? So everything is the infinity. It's got to move through your heart space. So when you find your phone or your computer glitching, it's your teams and it's the universe saying, is this the vibration you're going to nourish and feed yourself? Because how do you create reality? You create reality by direction, intention, and focus of your energy. What are you feeding your multidimensional allness? You're a micro macro of the universe. So what are you feeding your micro macro universe? Because it will affect your cells, it does affect your health of your body, and we have to keep moving up in the oscillation of the median, base median vibration of Gaia. We have to keep up with her energy for us to keep ascending into the 5D energy. So when you do find your computer's glitching, right, it's gonna pause, and then you're gonna try and press the go button, and it's not gonna work. So then you just reset it. You have to reset it because then it's giving yourself a time. Is this the videos I really want to stay in the energy of? Is this the energy I want to stay in? So it's giving you an opportunity to realign at your heart space, your divine sacred heart, your diamond sacred heart. This was given to me as the download from Jesus. And then you get to choose. No, this is where I want to be, right? So this is the higher entrainment that the Arcturians gave me as a download. And it's called you have to entrain yourself into higher vibrational perspectives and beliefs. That's why we have to put church and state aside, because it's not the highest intelligence. Church and state has allowed us to become very separate and very disconnected. And all of my videos since the beginning of time, we always talk about every issue on our human collective right now is because of the disconnection. And it began the disconnection within us. We forgot a very long time ago that Source, Creator, God, Mother, Father were within us. We are the image of God. But what they left out is how to work with the light body. They turned it into the belief systems of those downloads that they got from prophets and from seers, and then they turned it into box store religions. They started separating us, segregating us, and that's not the intent of Jesus. I'll only speak on the intent of Jesus because he's my brother, he's my twin ray. And those were never the intentions. The intentions were never for Jesus to start a religion at a church. That was never the intention. Any master that has come to the earth, their intentions were never for us to create religions after them. That was never the intention of any master coming forward to give and prophetize, higher vibrational heavenly wisdoms. The many wisdoms of the heavens is that because God is infinite and there's many dimensions, there's many infinite, as we've always given you the metaphor of the many mansions. You're in the mansion and there's many floors to the mansion, there's many doors, there's many rooms, and you can hear various things that are going on. That's the metaphor for the consciousness. The consciousness of God is many levels, many layers, many dimensions, right? And there's heavens within it all. Your blueprint, your soul's blueprint, your birthright is working with your soul's blueprint, which is what I teach. That's how you were designed at the heavens and the DNA that you were going to come with, your collective and how you serve your collective, and then Gaia, your planet that you live with on and you serve. And it doesn't matter what planet you go to because we will be traveling off world. Your blueprint will still continue with Gaia, but it will continue any other planet that you're going to be working with. It will still go in the planetary experience. So you're always going to be offering that holographic experience because you're now holographic. So whatever you're learning off world, you're still feeding it back to Gaia. Everything that we do now in this moment, we're opening ourselves up as the multi-vibrational beings and we're feeding it back to Gaia. We're enhancing Gaia and she's enhancing us. When we're working on our 8-foot to 20-foot field and aura and we're clearing it out and we're activating our chakras, we're activating all these downloads in our fields, all of these little multi-dimensional experiences that we can have, the different timelines that we can see into, the different universes we can see into, that's what we're going to talk about today. All of these things that we can see into and experience, they're just offshoots of energy that are always there. It's always in the now moment. But because your vibration has changed, you now get to access to see it and perceive it and preview it. And then you get to pull that information down, which is what I do as a seer. My teams are constantly moving me in and out of dimensions and universes. So I have 3 books that I've written. That's my second one. Ascension Pathwork. I will be getting a website to fix everything because my website was taken down because of all the people that were hacking it. Right, so this is the triad of universes that I always talk about. I had this download while I was in the dentist chair. I know, strange place to have a download, right? I'm like, can you give it to me when I'm just like, you know, they were had a wisdom tooth or something. And I was in the dentist chair, and you know, they had the big elastic thing on your mouth, and they had the little sucky thing in while they were, you know, doing what they're doing to your teeth and gums, and you're just like, you know, it's very awkward because they're trying to do stuff to your teeth, and all of a sudden I was in a meditation, and I just had this huge download about the triad of the universes and how the universes are spiraling all in the toroidal, right? The lower vibrational timelines come off. Source creator, the ultimate alchemist, alchemizes all the lower vibrational timelines and the energies that are coming off. We then get the threads of the higher energy, and then our energy goes down to that lower, because there's always a lower, a middle, and an upper universe. So we're always alchemizing those energies, and me as a seer and a conduit and a healer, that's what I do. I work with sewing the energies. I work with harmonizing the energies. And everything that I do because I'm a creator god, and they've had, which we want to talk about next, is a really quick little note, side note. There has been information that what I've been channeling for, you know, most of my life, and I've always known coming here that I was very special in the hands and the eyes of God, and not necessarily to Earthlings did not find me special at all. They abused me for most of my life. That was the sacrifice that I took on behalf of the collective, so I can come forward and teach it. So that's fine, whatever. So what I've been teaching since the beginning of time is that my access to my godliness, based on the DNA that I have, based on what I've activated in my DNA, because remember we talk about when you're healing and when you're integrating, when you're doing the path work that I talk about every day, and I show you how to do the path work, and you can also book an ascension session with me. You activate these little codons, and in these codons, it gives you the opportunity to call forward the ancestral gifts and skills, your shamanic gifts and skills from Earth. It'll access your godly skills, your creator God skills, if you will. And all of those things get harmonized in this now moment. So you'll wake up one day just having this really great excitement to, you know, really start getting engaged with quantum science or cetaceans or, you know, Earth topography, things like that. All of those are parts of your skills from other timelines that you get to start activating and anchoring into the North Star. So God knows what God's doing. Your higher self knows what your higher self is doing. When you're having these activations, just like right now, they're showing me and reminding me that many of you are going to have these people come and go in and out of your timelines, because God is now allowing people to be seen that were hidden before, and people that were in the front lines, I guess, are going to be moved to the back. So it's going to be, again, first is last and last is first, because there's those of us that have done the integration. We've done the healing. We've done the calling in of our soul fragments. We've got those skills and gifts that are activated at a higher percentage. So we might be, I think I'm around 40%. So I've got another 10% before all of my light body is activated, and then I can ascend if I want. Source has taken me and pulled me back into many detours into darker realms because I had been advanced. I've been initiated along with all the world leaders, so I know how to deal with earthly issues if they should come up. I'm offering my help to all world leaders to assist them with integrating into 5D energy and light. We have to understand who we are, what we exist within, what's going on within us as light beings. We have to start working ourselves as light beings, and the only way to do that, which I've been saying right from day one, but my YouTube channel has been shadow banned for about 8 years because of all the attacks and the silencing and the suppression that he's been doing on me, is the higher light wisdom intelligences. We have to start learning, we have to start teaching, we have to start being higher light intelligence. We cannot go through ascension without the higher light intelligence. Back in our ancient times, we studied this in the ancient temples, you know, in Egypt, and they were very underground experiences because you had to be practiced. You had to go through your adept training. You had to go through your high priestess training. You had to go through your magicianship training. That's why God will lift people like myself, because I have been initiated. I have gone through all of my initiations with the masters. My studies and my initiations are with the heavenly bodies. It is with the Divine Father's plan. And because Jesus is my twin ray, Lord Sananda and, all of the Christ consciousness that we learn from the wisdoms of light. We know how to understand the wisdoms of light and what the wisdoms of light are doing in our collective planetary evolutions. That is the only way to move forward and activate those densities that we're so used to having and living within the lower church and state box beliefs, because they're very dense, low vibrational beliefs. They're very low intelligence. So now that we're moving through unity consciousness, right? The infinity, we're moving unity consciousness. Now we can see, okay, I can harmonize that energy. I can harmonize what I used to think, because anything you're purging and releasing, you can now use that energy and alchemize it and use it to manifest. But you have to use it in light now, right? You're in choosing right from this moment. I can choose to see everything in light now. I can choose to see this how it's going to serve me. I can choose to see this as a benefit to me. I can choose to see this as whatever I can see. So that's the process of alchemy. When I teach about ascension, when I teach about the daily path work, I talk about the 3 E's, which is the only reason why we're here is the 3 E's. And any church, box, store, and belief, they're going to have different experiences. So this is why we have to level up our intelligence. And this is why humanity is in the trouble that it's in, because it's very disconnected. We are source creator. We are light. We've always been source creator. We exist within source creator, and source creator exists within us. Who are you? What do you exist within? What's going on within you? We have to activate ourselves, and we have to be and live and entrain ourselves as light. And the lower box belief stores, you can take and pull what you want, but you now have to start learning and entraining yourself as a light being, which I have been my whole life. I've been very attacked, but that's okay. That's the blueprint I had. That was my divine birthright, so that I can come up with the healings and I can know how to, pull out the human rights that are very unnecessary, because there's so much corruption on the planet, because there's so much disconnection. So now we have to reconnect. You have to reconnect to who you are, source. Do the daily path work. Who am I? Reconnect to source. Does your soul's progression, which we're going to talk about 3 E's. I've written about it in my books. I'm going to do my 4th book is coming up, and then I've got my 5th book that's going to come up right after that. The 3 E's of ascension are, that's the only thing the soul cares about. And if you're not within these things, if you're not within these 3 words, if you're not living within these 3 E's, then look at your life, immediately. You're disconnected from your higher self, from your soul, from being source creator. The first one is exploration. Are you exploring all that you are? Are you exploring all that you exist within, and what's going on within you? As a light vibration, as a multidimensional vibration, as a multiversal vibration, as a multiversal species, as a celestial, as an alien, as a human, as all that you are is light and vibration. Are you exploring these things? Right? Everything that you are is light. And your matter forms itself on the vibration of light that you are. So if you're not a very high vibrational light, if you're a very dense light, because everything is just light, it's just very, very variances of density, right? So if you're very dense, and if you're very negative, your perspective is very negative, perspective very low and small and cut off, very separate, then you will have disease, and you will manifest disease. You will manifest, as we've talked about in many of my shows and my podcasts, is the disconnection and the lack of intelligence of our life force. And because we've had such low connection with who we are as love and light, as source creator, our life force is our most highest commodity of light. It is how we manifest. It is the most sacred aspect of our energy. If you're not using it as that most sacred aspect of energy, then it will manifest into STDs and diseases, which the cult and the coven that I came from, Calgary, they were all in a sex cult. And they were using their life force, and they were using that sexual experience to manifest. And that's against spiritual law. So again, I'm here to teach light, wisdom, intelligence. I'm here to teach light, wisdom, teachings and tips and techniques to expand your consciousness, to heal your traumas, to heal and integrate those 51% of your soul fragments, and assist you in the process of ascension. So you can be a fully integrated, fully harmonized source being in the image of Mother, Father, God. The Father's plan is that all of humanity is universal birthright to move into ascension. It is every single human's birthright to move into ascension, and it is free will, which is the number 1 universal law. Right use of free will and non-interference. And if you're doing that law, then the second law is the law of balance, which is so important because we have been so out of balance. And we can go to many reasons why. Why? Disconnection, first of all. Humanity has been very disconnected from absolutely the low vibrational, the low intelligence box store beliefs of church and state. Absolutely. 100% responsible and liable. There's no divine feminine role models. There's no divine feminine higher intelligence on the planet. I'm one of the highest intelligent divine feminines that are fully integrated. I'm one of the highest. Carry the highest light codes. I carry the highest star codes. I carry codes, and this is why Source has lifted me, and Source will keep lifting me, because it is my the light that I offer, the codes that I offer, the God creatorhood that I offer. The universe and the quantum energy moves around me. I converge. I converge, and I intend convergence, because that's my job as a conduit. I can see fields. When you come to me in a session, I can see what's going on in your field. If there's something going on in your field that's in your field for you to unpack, the little downloads that you get, you're meant to unpack them, right? Because it's going to affect your field. But if you're not working with light, you have no idea what light is, and you're not integrating yourself with light, you're not enhancing yourself with light, you're not directing yourself with light, you're not focusing yourself with light, you're going to remain in lower vibrational consciousness. Your body has to be able to integrate light. Your body has to be able to start processing light. You're the commandmentship of it. We're going to reclaim your agency. We're going to reclaim your commandmentship of being Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness is what holds all the light. And we can go even further and talk about crystalline, but we'll talk about crystalline energy probably tomorrow. Because last week we touched on it. Not everyone has crystalline energy in their DNA. The DNA is composed of carbon and crystalline. Some of us have a lot of crystalline energy based on the star codes and based on our angelic DNA. I have angelic DNA. I've come as a very pure energy being. And I've got all of the other things that this is my last earthly lifetime, so I've got the whole package. I've got the Big Mac meal, right? I've got my angelic, my angelic energy, lots of starseed DNA. So just learning how to work with light and sustenance and maintenance. It's just like brushing your teeth every day. You have to work with your fields every day. You have to clear your chakras every day. Call in light every day. Work with your healing teams. I teach people how to do, healing with your teams at night. At nighttime, it's your regeneration time. Because when we're sleeping and we're on light ships, we're in recalibration chambers. There's infinite number of chambers they have on the light ships. And depending on what we're going through, depending on how much our tissues are damaged, our lymphatic systems are damaged because of so much stress, and because of the high population of dark occultism and the abuse of magic and the abuse of energy on our planet and the abuse of military biotechnical warfare, there's so much damages to our body, especially if you're celestial or higher ultra human, high functioning, autistic. Their bodies are being affected greatly. So my job and my role here is to up-level everybody in consciousness. Who are we really? Well, we're spirit first, we're souls first, the soul's evolution, the soul's progression, and then there's 3 E's to do with the soul's progression. So if you practice these things that I teach, you're going to be moving in a higher vibrational entrainment, a higher vibrational capacity and aptitude of who you are as a multi-vibrational being. And then you get to choose how to work with light every day and reconnect source, reconnect God, reconnect the mother, reconnect the father. And that is your universal birthright to start walking in your higher truth. And you get to claim that. You get to reclaim all your errors and your integrations. You get to reclaim all your power, and you get to start walking forward as a higher vibrational being as you. We have to start operating in higher divine light intelligences, because we will not be allowed to go off the planet and travel off planet until we are fully balanced in our divine feminine masculine energies. We have to be balanced. You are not able to travel outside the planet if you're not balanced. You have to know about your divine feminine energies. You have to know about your divine masculine energies. Where are your triggers? How are you being triggered? What are your discriminations? What are your separations? Because we're healed to come back into unity consciousness. So if we cannot get along unity consciousness on the planet, in our neighborhoods, then how are we going to get along with people as we're traveling off-world? We have to understand, and we have to absolutely be fully integrated in unity consciousness. We're going to heal our planet. And we need higher intelligence to do that. And how? Through light. We are light. We've always been light, but those has been suppressed, and why my channel has been silenced. So let's go back to the ascension. In the now spiraling of all now, every human on the planet always spirals in now. And as we move into 5D, we're going to drop our understanding of time. There will be no time. Everything's going to be now. We're not going to have a past. We're not going to have a future. It's all now. The higher consciousness you are, you can be able to see all the different timelines. It's still now. Right? It's still now. This is a top-down look, right? You're spiraling now. This might be a trigger. That might be a timeline. That might be a soulmate that's coming in to meet you. All of these things are spiraling now, but it depends on what level of vibration you are in the bandwidth, right? That's a top-down look. This is a side-to-side look. This is the side. This is the universe. This is what you sit in as well. This is your aura, and this is our micro macro. We're always micro macro with Source Creator. We're always micro macro with our bigger and our holographic experience. Our whole entire experience of the multiverse is God, and it is set up as quantum experience through first harmony and light. That is how Creator first created through Source. It was breath through harmonics and light. The joy of Source creating is the 3 E's. So therefore, let's holographically look at, now that we're under the bigger bandwidth of Source, we don't need the lower box belief stores. You can go if you want, just pick and pull the best. But now we're under a bigger umbrella. We're 5D going into third, because we have 13 dimensions that we can pull on. So now we want the higher intelligence. Okay, Source, if you're Source and I'm Source and we're all light and we're all working with light, tell me all of these things that I can start manifesting. I can start being this higher vibrational churning and this recombination of Source Creator. Teach me how. How do I be a bigger consciousness? How do I tune in, and how do I start encapsulating the fullness of my soul? I want to take on those soul fragments that I've just integrated. That's how come people have asked me, how do I know how to do this? How do I know how to do that? How do I know this? Because I've integrated my soul fragments. When I integrate the soul fragments, I activate the intelligence. It's my intelligence, I've earned it. But if I'm not healing that soul fragment, it's not going to come in and live with me every day. I did a video where I showed you one of the soul fragments that I had, the intelligence from the Arcturian from the 1950s that got, that was at Area 51. That was a soul fragment I had to heal. It took me about three days to heal that soul fragment. It was very traumatizing. And now I remember it. I remembered that vision. I had to heal it. I had to call it in. I healed it because I'm a seer. I'm a visionary. So when I have a soul fragment that's in my field, when I have something that's in my field to heal, this is what I show you. I show you how to heal. That came rotating until I was very aware and I was ready to heal it, because these are the tougher soul fragments that are usually along in the process. I've been doing this for 17 years. So I was ready to heal this very traumatizing experience. So I was taken to the Area 51 room, and I took my consciousness above the body as an Arcturian. I was here to help build bridges for the North American continent. In the presidents, there was a breach of contract, and they chose to open me up, and they chose to use the DNA from the Arcturian. That was my body as an Arcturian from the 1950s. So this soul fragment, I remembered it. And it was very traumatizing. That's why when you have those visions and those dreams, you have those dreams, you have your really bad dreams because you're meant to process it. That's your subconscious coming up to be faced. You're facing your shadow. You're facing the soul fragment. You're facing whatever's in that energy. You have to face it. So do your path work. Get out your journal. Get your little infinity and just sit with spirit in meditation. Call that energy forward. I had a bad dream last night. This is what I remember about my dream, and write it down. How did you feel? I felt scared. I felt hurried. I felt anxious. Get the feelings and the emotions and write it down, and then sit in silence. Bring that energy forward so I can heal it. I want to integrate it. You can't integrate it if you're not feeling it. Right? That's a part of the 3 E's. And then you're going to do the 3 A's to alchemize the energy. And this is how and why and who I am. As I've done all of the integration and alchemy, Source then gives you, depending on your divine universal birthright, everybody has a different plan, a soul's blueprint. Depending on what you've done, how much you've alchemized, how much you've helped the collective, how much you've gone through, how much trauma have you gone through, like how many people have betrayed you. That's all encompassing, and it's the karma board that deals with that, your soul that deals with that, your oversoul, and Mother, Father, God. All of the angels and all the celestials, because I belong with the Galactic Federation Systems of Light. I have many different councils that I serve with. So all of these councils that I serve with, I'm now answering. They're now giving me all of these benefits and all of these beautiful things because I've done so much and I've been through so much for the collective. This is all my work, all my intellectual property. But there's been many people that have been stealing it and taking money for it while they've suppressed my platform. There's been so much that's gone wrong. Anyways, we're not going to talk about that because we want to get on with healing. So as you're moving around in this now rotation, you're going to look at that dark belief. So in my Arcturian experience, that vision came as a download and I had to unpack it. And it took me 3 days to unpack that energy because it was very, very painful. If you've ever had experiences with the Arcturians, they're blue beings. I see them as blue beings. You can see them as whatever you want. They're blue beings. And they're, because I have a ton of Arcturian timelines. I have a ton of, the Arcturians are very prevalent. They've been with me my whole life. They're blue beings, and they're just the most, of course, all of the celestials are. for me, I just got goosebumps everywhere. They're just the most unconditional, loving, and it was traumatized. It was so, I even think about it now and I still get shaky, right? Yeah. So I came down in a light ship to be the bridge builder like I am right now. It's a mirrored experience, right? This is where you're going to see when you start doing the path. You're going to see how beautiful your timelines are. You're going to see how beautiful your blueprint is. You're going to see how beautiful God has designed your DNA. So that when you start healing all of this, it's just a mirrored experience. This is me now, and this was the mirrored experience. So in the 1950s, which is all now, the 1950s, I was an Arcturian. I landed here on my ship. I was a bridge builder. I was supposed to be a bridge builder. I was supposed to be working with the U.S. presidents. I was supposed to be working with the presidents around the world, which I'm doing right now, but they're not accepting the help. I was initiated with the presidents then. I'm initiated with the presidents now. I'm initiated with all world leaders now. I've done my work. I'm initiated by the heavens. I have to go through certain tests. I go through about 40% more tests than any other light worker because I'm initiated with the leaders. I'm here to be and assist global leadership into higher intelligence. I have to know my stuff. So it's the same mirrored experience, except now I'm in my human body. I've integrated all of my other soul fragments. I remember that Arcturian timeline. It had to be integrated because I have to deal with the things that were done wrong in the government. Those people that are, corrupt officials, which is mirroring the damage that they've done on this timeline, in this body. There's been a shadow government that have been absolutely paying dark occult, satanic occult, different various cults and covens and warped masons. They've been paying these lower vibrational community sect people to bully and systematically abuse me. So they're different abuses, but it's just mirrored in the same experience. So then you claim your energy back, you claim your power back, and that's when God lifts you. You have to do the work. You have to see what's the wound, what energy are you emanating, and then if you're emanating that energy, they're going to call that in. Like these people are going to start attacking you, and it's because of my lineage name and my lineage energy. That's a lot of where I got attacked is because of that was my energy. They've been attacking me for our whole bloodline, right? They want us to die. That's what they said last video. They want us to die. So they hire these low vibrational, very mentally wounded, witches and warlocks that don't have any spiritual wisdom. They have no spiritual intelligence whatsoever. They believe sacrificing is a way to get clout and blessings, which is not. We've talked about it a bajillion times, the infinity. You're never going to be blessed doing hate and sacrificing. Sacrificing is premeditated murder, and I will be a part of creating new laws. So let's talk about 3 E's, 3 A's, 3 E's and A's, and then I want to sing my song for my little thing. Spiritual knowledge is everything. Spiritual intelligence, it's about light. Light, 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 and how the universe works and God's divine plan, how you move up the creational ladder, how you move up and how you start things new. Hello, Scotty boy. Hello. Hello, darling. I love you. We're going to talk about the 3 E's, and my clients that have been with me forever, they know all about the 3 E's. They know all about alchemy. They know everything about the stuff that I talk about and my little drawings, which I'm going to have as soon as I get the resources because I've been homeless because of all these people attacking me. I'm going to get all of these things, and I'm going to do it in a very big and beautiful way. And we're going to be doing this grandiose thing. We're going to connect with more people. Our Celeste is going to be right with us in the room. She's going to be so happy about that, as they're with me right now. And so as we're healing those soul fragments, we took that experience, we took that example of the Arcturian timeline, right? We took that example, that example of my healing. That's what a soul fragment looks like. You'll get a download, you'll have a bad dream, you'll have a vision, and it will jolt you. Those are the bigger soul fragments that you must spend time with. So then you sit down, you get out your journal, and you start processing the energy. Process the vision, process the feeling, the emotions. What did you feel? Who was involved? What was the experience? Was it ostracization? Was it bullying? Was it intimidation? Was it somebody taking your power away? Was it enslavement? Was it rape? Was it molestation? Talk about the energy as you're doing your journaling. Call in your angels, call in your higher self, and say, I want to start processing this dream I had. It was really troubling. And then draw it out, write it out. And then you focus on the feelings and the emotions of how you felt as you were dreaming it. Did you feel not sure? Did you feel that you were insecure? Did you feel that you didn't know what you were doing? Did you have a blind spot? And just go to the feelings, because that sometimes too will help alleviate and help clear and cleanse some of your clairsentient gifts. Like if you couldn't speak, so that would be a throat chakra, right? And those are sometimes gifts in those that are activated as vibrational healers and sacred singers and sacred toners. So you're going to have to act. So just pay attention to your dream and what your visions are showing you, because your chakras are going to be a part of your dreams and visions and integrating that wisdom, right? Your teams will give you exactly what you need, not anything more. Your teams will always give you puzzles and clues and cues so that you can start navigating, as I called it, the dodecahedron. You want to look at the dodecahedron of all that you are, and you want to see everything from a multiple perspectives. When I'm doing my daily pathwork, like the Arcturian timeline, I'm able to tell you all this. I'm able to talk about this because when I was going through it, I was saying, well, what does that download have to do with now? And it has to do with the corrupt governments. I'm here to build bridges with the world leaders, and there's no bridges being built. They wanted to build bridges back in the 1950s. They wanted to use the celestial hour technology for their personal, private, selfish agendas. And the celestials have said since day one, no, we're going to build bridges with you for unity consciousness. We will not give you our technology, because they would weaponize it as they did, as they're doing right now. That's part of the cults and covens. That's why the shadow government was involved in paying the cults and covens, because they knew who I was as an ultra-human. They knew all the things that were going on. So now I can sing my song. I'm going to sing my song. Hello, gorgeous. This is a beautiful little song, and we're going to get right back to the 3 E's. So Scotty, can you remind me? We're going to talk about the 3 E's, and we're going to talk about pulling that back in of the Arcturian timeline. So we're just going to, so if you can remind me to talk about this. But first of all, I wanted to sing a song for my beautiful client that has been with me forever and since the beginning of time. And she's so very important to the heavens. She's so very important to the sisters of the Pleiades. She is so very important to Mother Mary. And she's so very important to Gaia. And she has given so much to Gaia. She has given so much to me. She has been a client of mine forever. And she has been a beautiful staple and a beautiful seed in my garden. And there was a song that I was walking last night. As a beautiful client, she had sent me some money, and I was going to the bank to get the money out so that I could have something to eat, a hot meal. And I started to sing this song, so I just wanted to sing it for you. And so that everybody just opened up their divine sacred hearts. We're gonna imprint this into the grids. We're gonna imprint this into the 5D garden. And this is a divine feminine goddess song. And we used to sing songs in all of our ancient tribes. We sang songs in a lot of our communal stuff that we used to do. We didn't have TVs and we didn't have electronics. We just used a lot of our voices for the singing and the tones to help heal. And we used to connect with energy. We used to connect with the omnipresent as a holographic experience, the omnipresent field, the intelligent field. And we used to connect this way by singing songs and using our Christ within to the Christ without. God within is the God without. And so now we're going to intend that this song go into the collective to assist in balancing for divine feminine. So if you all want to just hum and sing along and just move your hands like we did the other day in our class, because some of you are learning how to use your hands and how to use your fields to clear and cleanse your fields and sing and use songs and tones. So you can hum and sing along if you want to. Okay, and at some point, or we're going to have somebody write the words and we're going to put music to it. So just know that your songs and your sounds absolutely go into the field. So we're going to intend to help increase and balance out the divine feminine energy. The goddess I know. Oh, goddesses that I know. Goddesses that I know. They seed wonders of art and gardens. The goddesses I know. Oh, oh. Goddess, goddess, you are light. Goddess, goddess, you are light. Bringing hope and change by who you are. The goddess I know, Goddess Cluedo, Goddess Cluedo. The art and the tapestry in your light. You walk so gentle, you are an angel of delight. Bringing hope and helpless to the helpful ones. We need you, Cluedo, we need you, you're my one. Goddesses, goddesses that I know. Holy goddesses, Goddess Cluedo. Holy gardener, Goddess Cluedo. Heavenly artist, Goddess Cluedo. Goddess Cluedo. Oh, Goddess Cluedo. Goddess Cluedo. Goddess Cluedo. Mother Mary is with you. Mother Mary loves you, Goddess Cluedo. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Sorry for my scratchy voice. I love you. The goddesses that I know, and the number one goddess in this new earth star, and the seeds that she has planted move far, and the light that she has emanated since the day one that I met her, bringing all the celestials in her excitement to meet them and to collaborate with the shamans and the ancestors, and the classes and the loyalty that she has shown. And every time she shows up to a class and any time she walks, she brings the sisterhood from the Pleiades. She brings the sisterhoods and the goddesses from all over our galaxy. And she walks as this goddess, and she is one of the most humble beings that I have ever met. She doesn't like to take center stage, but she is the very first one without question. And she will let you know how loved you are. And the goddesses of the planet are the ones that show such gentleness and kindness and goodwill. The ones that will heal the children as they're sitting trying to understand trafficking and what has been done to their bodies. And there's nothing more profound that will ever heal humanity than the purity and the love of a goddess. For we understand our children and how they have been hurt, and the beliefs and the perspectives they've been taught is power, and it's not. True power is sinking within the softness of who you are, as being connected with all life, grand and small, high and low. And how our discriminations have been exactly the disconnection and landed us in all of our sicknesses and our illnesses and our disruptions and our degradations and our disconnections and our deconstructions. And it's time for us to reconnect. And as I was going for a donation last night, because I live and I survive off donations because of what has been done on systematic abuse, and the only one that has provided me on a regular basis has been Cluedo. And I would not be here without her tending to my garden. So I'm very grateful. Very grateful. And that song just came up and I wanted to sing it, all the goddesses that I know. And for New Earth Star, the very first goddess that will be on our New Earth Star that will be known throughout all time, and she will go into the tapestry of the papyrus. She will go into the tapestry of the writings for all goddesses and the disciples. And she will be included in the sisters, the heavenly sisters. She will be included in Mother Mary's teachings. She'll be included in the heavenly teachings. She's included in the disciple teaching. She is a disciple of mine and she is a heavenly healer. And so she will be offered her services however she so chooses. I know that she does a lot of art therapy, and she is in the UK right now. So I'm hoping that when she gets a website up and going, I will promote her so profoundly. And she is the goddess that she's the goddess that I know. Mother Mary is saying that there's no wonder that you live where you live. There's great shamanism in the women that will be coming forward, activating their gifts. And you will show the planet such gentleness. And diseases will be healed in the most pristine ways of your compassion and tenderness. And you will find, because of the substrates that you now all exist within source energy, and using and understanding what Celeste offers and teaches you about the reverberation of the holographic experience. And when you think about the holographic experience, what is it? What is it, dear lighted ones? Open to your heart. This is an activation. This is a download right now from Holy Source Creator. What is it? It's your connection with Source. It's your connection. The light of me is sending so much love to the light of all the goddesses. And I'm sending that reverberation within the omnipresent substrates and its source, connecting with source and sending out love. Streams of fast jet propulsion, light to you and your field. And you're being activated. This is how source works. When you talk and you think and you send love from your heart space and you understand light and you understand quantumness, it takes no time at all. There's no time fraction at all. When I think about love, I'm connected with you. The threads of love are now. This is vibrational healing. This is how I heal as a vibration. I'm connected with the fields of the all. My God consciousness is now connecting with you. And this is why those that have been studying me, we're going to talk about this as a very quick reference because God also wanted me to mention this. Those beings that have been somewhat illegally set aside, scientists and quantum physicists and all of these people through the shadow governments and the various groups and cults and covens around the world that have been studying me. And they've been studying the way that patterns of energy and patterns of reality have been shifting and changing because they're very involved with it around the planet for different areas of readings and analysis that is done around the planet for different technology and different energies of the planet and of course some topography stuff that is measured. And they keep an eye on people that have anomalies, and they keep an eye on people that are not compartmentalized. And I've never been compartmentalized. And God has given me this story that I am one of the ones and one of the few on the planet. And this is why I will never be touched and I will never be sacrificed, because my destiny and my story within my DNA is that I hold a high cluster of star DNA. I hold a high cluster of God consciousness. And that God consciousness assists you in all of you knowing that as I live my life and as I'm lifted in surviving what I have survived, and as I move forward in offering you multidimensional stories of who you are as Christ consciousness, of who you are as Metatronic light, of who you are as God beings of images of Mother and the Father. You could move within the quantum fields of all that is, and we can look at travel and medicine and healing and education and intelligence in new ways. And we will be affecting the science of quantum physics as we gave you a channel this weekend. Source was telling me with this shifting of dimension, you will be changing and you will have to look at how you do your calculations before you do your scientific experiments. Something to do with force. The equations that you have that are needing and requiring force. And I think I wrote it. Go look on my YouTube page. There's a title called Source Channel. And it was all about how the omni substrates, the light, the reverberation of the collective hearts, as we become more in unity consciousness, more threaded with our selective oneness, right? We have so much joy, our 3 E's. We want to explore, we want to express, we want to experience, which evolves the collective. It evolves our light, it evolves the oscillation of who we are as quantum beings. And as we do so, dear lighted ones, it's going to affect your science. It's going to affect the reverberation. It's going to affect the friction. It's going to affect what's going on in an equation, because the substrates of the equation are changed. The equations don't always stay the same. That's why you always have to test, and you have to offer theories and hypotheses. And so these people that have been studying me throughout my whole life, they knew I was ultra human. I was produced this way. I have my Arcturine DNA. I've come forward this way. This is who I am. I am the twin ray of Jesus. I have royal lineage. God knows this. I know this. But in the suppressions and in the compartmentalizations and in the church and state beliefs and in the church and state subjugations and the church and state misogyny and the church and state, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. Disconnection, disconnection, disconnection. So now that I'm awake, now that I've integrated, now that I'm doing my soul progression, now that I'm doing everything that I teach, I'm showing everybody that what I teach is absolutely going to work for you. I'm a true prophet. I'm a true seer. I am that I say. I speak as I speak and I say as I speak. I'm not superfluous. I don't just talk the talk. I actually walk it and I practice it. I'm devoted to it 24/7. I walk with God 24/7. When I speak, I have codes. When I speak, I affect the all. And people for many, many years just thought this was just, oh, this is just frivolous talk. No, because now there is actually science behind it. And it's proven. There's facts. So now as I want to say this, in all of the upcoming court cases, which those will be found guilty, unless there's money changing hands very quickly, because their windows and the doors are already closed. These affiliations of redeeming and returning and bringing me redemption and retribution for the pains and the damages and the suffering and the PTSD that have been done for 50 years on my life. I want retribution. I deserve it. I deserve to stand in a seat of power and leadership. I deserve it because I don't abuse my power, as has been done by all the world leaders. As we've stated in our previous videos, go back and do your homework. But in these tests that these have done, and they may have had good hearts when they began, but from the day that I was born, there has been no permissions and no authorities. And even if my parents, whoever I was shuffled off to, they gave somewhat of misleading permission, it was only active until 18, until I turned an adult in Canada. That's our adult age. And then all contracts should have been nil and void. They should have come and had a new contract for them to continue studying me and following me and stalking me and sabotaging me and doing all that they do. They did these things because they knew that I was connected to royal lineage. They knew that I was connected to very important things. They knew that I was connected to things that they had to then come forward and then be accountable for. They didn't want to. There was monies that were supposed to be changing hands. I was supposed to never live homeless the way I've been living for years. I've been homeless for 6 years. I should have never been living homeless for 6 years, ever. So where's my human rights? Where's my justice? And we've been talking about this in all my videos. Go back and do your research. I spoon feed Interpol investigations. I spoon feed community officers. I spoon feed community police. Nobody's being arrested as of yet. There's just lots of investigations going on. These are criminal acts that have been going on in cities, cults and covens, being paid by elites and officials and corrupt industry to take out people in the collective that have special akash, that are star seeds. We're being harvested and used for our light. We're being harvested and used for our DNA. We're being harvested and used, and we're being studied. And then we're being gang stalked, and then it's being called the human hunger games, the human hunting games. And we are actually stalked and hunted. We are hunted. And if you actually sat these people down in these cults and covens, because I tell you what they say, because that's what they're telling me, I'm telepathic, and I hear these conversations. God shows me. God gives me that thread in the field, right? Go to that thread in the field. This is what I do as a seer. This is what I do as a conduit. I go to that thread in the field. I go to that thread in the field, and I'm able to see, hear, and know what's going on. And the other day, not yesterday, but the day before, the last video, when I was having my open telepathic communications, those beings they were telling me telepathically they wanted me dead. They said, we want you to die. So they send people and they put hits on me, assassins and hits, spiritual hits on me. They go to the black web, they go to Black Underground, they pay. My ex has been paying people to take hits out on me. These people that study and do science things, they can't put me in a box. They can't control me. They can't handle me. I've broken all the rules. Why? Because I'm here to allow the universe to converge something new. That's God's divine plan. I am here as a divine creator on behalf of the divine Father's plan. I've been telling everybody since day one. It's not my fault. You're not going to believe me. That's not my fault. I still get to be who I am. That's my birthright. Today's topics are, I have a universal birthright to be exactly who I am. It's my birthprint. It's my birthright. It's my DNA. It's the design of who I am as a soul. I'm a creator God. I've come from many ancient timelines. I'm a many celestial being. I work with the multiverse. God knows who I am. God knows what I'm doing. It's not my fault that the outer world is very low consciousness. But there are very wise and smart people that have been studying me very secretly. It's all been held in secret. Because the lineage I come from has been held secret files and things put away and nobody's seen it. Everything's very secret. Because why? Because it's power. That's how they control power. And I'm the one that's saying, no, that's going to get all broken. This is my law. This is my rule. Higher spiritual order. The whole collective will know exactly who they are. The whole collective will have their birthright. They get free will to choose. The collective will choose your birthright. Do you want to learn and be higher vibrational light? Yes or no? The collective to me telepathically is saying, yes, I am threaded with the collective heart. Yes, we want to know who we are as Metatronic light. We want to live as we are as Metatronic light. We want to be source creator as light. We want to know our universal blueprint. We want to be connected with our celestials. We want to travel wherever we want in the galaxy. We want to bring peace and unity to planet Earth, star. This is who we are. There's very simple ways and simple techniques that we can do this. 3 E's, 3 A's. I teach it. I've been teaching it for a long time, but my channel's been suppressed and silenced for 8 years because YouTube has been taking money from outside church and state people, very important people, to silence me because they don't want what I teach to be known, because it teaches you to reclaim your power and be the light. Because when you are, God will have that blueprint activated for you. My blueprint is I'm a creator God. And the quantum scientists know that I affect the fields. I affect life. I affect the oceans. I affect everything. And again, I'm not here to make anybody believe. I don't care. God will lift me. That's God's job. Take it up with God. And everybody is getting karma and all the backfire on their decades and decades and decades of hexes, curses, death threats, death things, and why I'm homeless. Everything that they have done to sabotage and destroy my life. Take all of my finances, sabotage and phone and false claims and perjury and bearing false. I mean, the list goes over 17 crimes that have been done against me. And it's just constant group gang bullying. From 40 to 200 people have been involved, and many of them, most of them are officials. So no wonder I'm not getting any human rights. No wonder I'm not getting any justice. I have answers for where the collective is and why they are where they are. Because if you're not getting to the core reason and you're not seeing it from beyond the forest, you're going to keep spiraling in the same karmic patterns. Your church and state won't get you through ascension. We have to start learning and understanding who we are as light and beginning to understand ourselves within a quantum experience, because we always have been. God is everything about all things science and life. You can't have life without science. You can't have science without life. God is life. God is all things. Therefore, there must be the 3 E's. Why God is the way God is. It's called creator. Well, how do you create? Well, we got to explore. If I'm going to explore, I want to see the juxtaposition. I want to see the return. I want to see the holographic image that I'm getting mirrored at me, right? You want to have that mirrored experience. So then you can choose. Well, do I want to be like you? Do I want to be compartmentalized you? Or do I want to believe like you? Do I want to think like you? Do I want to look like you? Do I want to say like you? No, I'm going to be me. And that's why I've been bullied and attacked, because I'm not like anybody else. My energy does affect people. Stand before me, I will heal you. That's my role. That's my birthright. I've earned it. I've got 1,000 timelines I'm working on right now. I've earned it. There's nobody in the collective who's going to say, no, you can't be it. We don't know how to label you. We're going to put you in a little box. We're going to send a whole bunch of people to attack you. And we're going to hope you're going to go away because you got a whole bunch of inheritance that you're supposed to be living on. But in the meantime, you're just going to sit on the side of the streets and you're going to live in the streets. While we pay everybody from your inheritance and we try and get your inheritance, we try to make sure that you're going to sound crazy, you're going to sound this and this, so you never get your inheritance. And by the time you do get your inheritance, you're going to be 99. Well, you know what? God's also solved that problem, because now God's given me eternal life. And that's what walking through the 5D gates will give you, is eternal life. Why? Because you know how to work with light. You're going to be an image of God. And what is God? Eternal. Are you getting it, people? Are you getting the teachings? You're not in your little box stores anymore. And that's okay. Stay there. Stay wherever you want. It's free will. I don't care. What I do care about is every day of my life being hindered, every day of my life going through dangerous situations because people want to actually take me out and kill me. Because they're actually paid to do that. Because they have low consciousness. They're very wounded. They're not healing. My channel is about healing and gaining and expanding in consciousness. These are truths. And if you don't heal your 51%, you're going to be very, very wounded. And then, of course, if you're doing black magic and conjuring and your sex orgies and all of those things that are very dangerous on the consciousness you sit in. And if you're not healing it, and if you're not expanding it through capacity and aptitude, you're not healing it through your soul fragment integration, if you're not healing it the way that light wisdoms do, then you're going to sit in a low consciousness. You're going to be eaten alive by the entities and demons that you've conjured. Because it's all going backfire now. You're not going to touch me with your magic. I'm integrated. You're not. So those that choose to abuse dark occult magic and to abuse energy and to not come forward with universal laws and follow the universal laws, you're going to get karma. It's the only equation answer. What you put in is what you get out. It's going to bounce back at you. You're here for the 3 E's. That's all you're here for. So every day, do your pathwork. Why are you here? Who are you? I'm here to explore all that I am as source. The holographic experience, that's my consciousness growing. I know that I'm not the only one. I know I'm connected with all things. I want to see the holographic experience. I'm one with source. That's gaining your consciousness, growing your consciousness. That's source. E, the highest experience of exploration. Then I want to express it. I don't care if I'm different. I'm going to express it. I got different ways. I got different tones. I got different songs. I can do anything. It doesn't matter if my voice cracks. I want to be me. Expression is the number one activity for healing. Humanity must heal. Most of the mental illnesses, most of the mental imbalances, because we are not expressing, because we are so suppressed, because there's lies, low vibrational information, no information whatsoever, misguidance, misunderstanding, misknowledges in the lower vibrational church and state. It's all miscorrect and it's all informed wrong information. Wrong information. Whoever told anybody that going out and killing somebody and sacrificing will give you anything of a blessing? Who said that? Does that sound intelligent? Does that sound like a wise expression? Is that a wise expression? If you're going to express yourself as a version of the source creator, does that sound like a wise expression to give you a blessing in return? It's all holographic. Whatever you put out, it's going to come right back. So now all of these people that have been doing magic on me for 10 and 20 and 30 years, they're all getting their karma return. And they're going to be taken out, some of them, from their own doing, from their own demise. I don't do magic. I never have. I show you right here. You don't need anything outside of you. All you need to do is heal yourself. And God will bless you with the gifts, the skills, and the talents, which is what I teach. We want to express. We want to be higher vibrational expressionists because the entertainment industry is just as corrupt. They sell their soul to get on stage. It's not needed, not necessary. Who told you that? Low vibrational consciousness, low vibrational misguidance. You don't have to go and do anything to be who you are as an expression of godliness. I can sing in any moment and my song is coded and you will feel it and it will go into the omnipresent. It's light. It's always moving. It's light. The light never stops. It never ends. It's constantly going, and throughout all creation, your sounds are moving. And this is why you have to understand, dear lighted ones. If you choose negativity, dear lighted ones, it never stops. It's always coming back. Energy doesn't just drop dead anywhere. Energy is constant. It's constant. It's constant. So if you are obsessive and if you are relentless with your negative conjuring and your abuse of dark occult magic, and you think it's cool and you think it's all that is, and people have been telling you that this is what it is, it's wrong. It's misguidance. Those were not people that knew what they were doing, and you're going to keep getting it back because energy never dies. Never dies. Even if you do a reversal or even if you do a make it nice spell. No, you're still going to get back what you put out. You must face your deeds. You must then reflect on your deeds. Who am I? What exists within what's going on within me? Why would I choose that belief? Why would I choose sacrifice on anybody telling me anything? You've given your power away to somebody that doesn't know anything. They're living in hate. They're living in rituals to take people out, getting paid to take people out, getting paid to hurt people, getting paid to destroy people's lives, harvesting the little children, harvesting women, and why there is no balance of women on this planet. And today is the very first day that we will incite the beautiful, beautiful energy from the divine goddess song. After my beautiful client, friend, goddess Cluedo. The goddesses I know, Cluedo. Anchored on this day, it will be written in papyrus, and from here to the end of time, she will be protected by angels. She is a disciple. And this song will be known for all of time as the divine goddess song. This is how we create change, dear lighted ones. You say so. Are you in alignment of the 3 E's? Do you care about your soul's progression? Yes or no? Do you care about the soul fragments you're going to integrate? And you're going to see what the gifts, skills, and talents are as you turn on your multidimensionality? You're going to see, you're going to know, you're going to sense, you're going to hear, you're going to see. That's your godliness. If God shows me something, that's because God says you're ready to see this. Do you want to see it, Joanna? Do you want to see it, Celeste? Yes, I do. Yes, I do, Mother Father. Yes, I do, Mother Father. Please show me my vision. What do you want me? What vision do you want to show me next? I want my 3 E's. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I am in your image. Am I not, Father? Am I not, Father? Father says, daughter, we're going to show these collectives, we're going to show them so much, and your story will live on forever. And we're going to show these people it's beyond our understanding. Why? Because they don't believe that you can be God. I designed you as God. Who are they going to say what you're going to be? Isn't that my job? I said, yes, Father. But you know, Father, they attack me every day just for being me. If I say that I'm something connected to Jesus and they just hate that, why would they have a divine feminine Messiah? And God says, isn't that my job to design that? Are you the vessel to fulfill whatever I can present to you? Even if it's out of this world and you don't think you can do it, do you think you can do it? Whatever you say, Father, I want to be whatever I want to be. I like being a bit awkward. I like being a bit kooky. I love singing. I love singing your codes, Father. Wherever you want me to go. I have many timelines with you. You look after me. I walk with you. You walk before me. You clear the way for me. You've allowed me to stay alive. You've allowed me to stay whatever, and I'm still living on the streets, but I'm still alive. I come forward. I sing for you every day, Father. Shenaya Katianya Kisya Shenaya. We cannot be 5D behaving in 3D ways with 3D beliefs. No, break it. break the pattern, and watch things change quantumly. It has to. It's a new equation. And then those of you that are looking at your relationships and looking at life, those that are stepping before you, they have to be a part of your equation, and you a part of their equation, and work it out. But you're not going to play all parts of the equation. And you got to tell those people that. No, you're not going to harvest from me. I'm not going to do all the work and not get paid for it. People have been using my property. People have been using my intelligence. People have been using my energy. People have been using my videos. People have been pilfering my videos, and I'm sitting on the streets. No, I'm not going to be all parts of your equation. I've solved every earthly issue. The leaders on this planet have been coming to me, and I've been solving every earthly issue. You come to me for predictions, I'm going to get nothing. Nobody's giving me a penny, except for Goddess Cluedo. And I'm calling judgment on all of you. I'm getting used left, right, and center. Who's paying me? So you can go to my PayPal, paypal.me/Joanna L. Ross. Until I get my birth records from the shadow government that tells me exactly where and how I was born and who. And we're going to go back to what we were saying earlier. Those beings that are testing and have tested on me, because you now know I'm an anomaly. Yeah, right. I'm a creator God. And my DNA's got a lot of star cluster in it. You're not going to know my DNA. God doesn't want you to know my DNA, because you're not going to clone me, which you've already tried. Ain't going to do it. There's only one of me, because you're not going to weaponize me. We already told you that back in 1950. How about we learn the lessons here, people? We're going to start reconnecting, because connection is everything. If you don't have connection, if you are not connecting with source, if you're not connecting with love, if you're not connecting with light, you're going to go off to entropy, and you're going to go off to Epstein Earth. So go. That's your choice. Understand the basics of quantum physics. God is, we are on a path of unity consciousness. And there's certain things you can do to integrate your soul fragments. Those that have been testing and doing their scientific experiments, you all know who I am. You all know what I'm connected to. Now, this next part will also go in the papyrus, because as I speak, so it is. There's actually people following what I speak. And as I speak, it is being written down. These are the liturgies of the day. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Commander Astar. Thank you, Systems of Light, and the Karma Board. The Akash is watching you. The Akash is watching all of this. It's very important. It's very sacred what we're doing here. We are setting up new Earth energy, new Earth star. These are new Earth star codes. These are the cornerstones. The new liturgies. Now, we've done lots of investigating. There's still lots of investigation that's going on behind the scenes about who I am, what I am, and so on and so forth. And all the little things that you're going to pull up, and all the little things you're going to find, and all the little things you're going to do. These resources and these investigations will be made public. Write that down. It will be made public. The public will know exactly what's going on. Anything found, and this goes for the First Nations peoples and the Aboriginals, of any legion, of any realm, of any country. Anything that you find on any of these that will come up, because these people are also shamans and they do affect the earth energies as well. They'll be similarly activated as I, not for some time, because there's still lots of information we need to learn from myself. And those people that get up in their 40% of activation of their integrations, you will find similar things as well, being activated and adjusting and affecting your quantum energy. God knows what God's doing. It's not so much of an anomaly if you get it. We are celestial, we are alien. So I'm the first one, so let's learn and move on. Get on with it. We got lots of star seeds on this planet. We're going to be evolving. That's why the 3 E's are so important. We want to be godly. So get over it, get the information out there, and let's start using the 3 E's as our capacity to start alchemizing. Because if we're not sharing and we're not accepting and we're not acknowledging and we're not allowing, those are the 3 A's. Then there won't be any alchemy of anything that's been in the past of our disconnection and the wounding and the separations of the Aboriginals and the separations of the first divine feminine that's ever been integrated as high as I am. And the divine feminine will not be brought into balance. We have to alchemize it. Therefore, thus, then, here are the alchemy keys. These will be brought forward to the collective, and the collective will know what has been hidden. The collective will know about the hidden lineages. And it matters not how much it's going to put out the feathers of those in so-called improper power. Because they're living from a state of fear, domination, and dictatorship. And tough. Your time is up. You've been told that. Step aside. It will be made public. And we will mark these investigations down and the findings, and we will make it public. And it may or may not go into a museum. Why? Here's the second point. Those that have been tested and studied upon as part of the retribution, as part of the Galactic Federation's retribution to bring my lineage and my energies and all of the Galactic Federations that have been assisting us in not dying and blowing ourselves up. They've had to come and intervene several times. I'm meant to be here to help assist Earth through very challenging times. Why do you think the Federations are always with me? Because there's much that's being done that has been very harmful and devastating for Earth by these people that are so low consciousness. Again, step aside, because you don't have the highest information and you don't have the highest and the best for your people, obviously. If you have to have the Galactic Federations come in and play babysitter, you're not doing your jobs, leaders. Are you gonna build bridges now? You will not weaponize me, ever. But you have weaponized some, those cults in Calgary. They have been partly weaponized because they still want to kill me. Everything's coming back to all of you. Everything will be known about what has been done and who did it and who's paying who and what's paying what while I'm sitting on the street getting absolutely nothing. But it is my life. It's my soul. You'd think that I'd have something to do with it. Anything that is found out, it will be put in the papers and it will be released to the public, and the public will absolutely have full information and full transparency because we will not be hidden from ourselves. As we awaken into consciousness, all of these things that were hidden were coming out in the full flood. That's why I was hidden for so long. That's why I was suppressed. These are the same teachings that we did in Egypt. So there's going to be lots in Egypt that's going to be coming up for us to make privy to the public. It's our information. We earned it. It's ours. Nobody's going to hold it. Anything that is known about me that has been investigated, about my family lineage, you're not going to hide it. You're not going to keep it. I want my inheritance. I should have been living my best life in my 20s. You've wasted my life. Shadow government, cults and covens and minions that don't know what you're doing and have wrong spiritual information and no spiritual order at all. You will never be ranked by doing sacrifices for the bajillionth time. It's premeditated murder, and you will be charged for it. These experiences that will be found out and investigations brought forward in the papers and the details and the information. This is the second point we want to make very clear about the healing of Earth and the reintegration of unity consciousness, because it's important for this energy to go back to the peoples. This is an energetic equation that I'm saying right now. Those that hold the information in secret, you're going to present the information forward to the people. Whether it's a light ship sighting, whether it's people landing on the Earth and beings landing on the Earth back in the 1950s and my body was taken apart and hacked apart so that the DNA could be used, da-di-da-di-da. No, we're going to know about it now. It's going to be fully transparent. Why? Because we want the people to start trusting the actual leaders that are leading them in transparent, integrous ways. There's nothing to hide. We're one. And as everybody starts to see and turn on their gifts of their clairsentience, they're going to actually know. No, I see it. I can see in your little meeting room there what's going on. I see it. Go back to my videos, do your research. Anything that's coming up about any of these things that have been held secret because you can't explain it and you can't control them and you can't handle them. And that scared all the people that are in military because they can't have absolute control. And they can't kill her because God says, no, she's not going to be killed. She's a creator God. She's a part of my plan. You don't know my plan. You're just a 3D person that's got a lot of fear and control issues. Oh. So you kept a lot of information for those beings that would have brought them a lot of peace. And you could have had them living a good life where they could have created healing centers and they could have healed millions of children by this time because they had the money and the resources to spread their teachings worldwide, but it wasn't. There's been more and more people die every day because they don't have the information they need to ascend and to heal their own bodies. And for children to protect their light so it's not harvested by black-ass corrupt criminals that are luring them into the underworld. And everybody and all these leaders that are doing such and placating such and knowing what's going on that are criminal acts and human rights abuse acts. To study and to observe and to watch anyone, you need to have their permission. These are human rights abuses. And we're going to let it go just for now because what I'm going to say next will be a balancing act. If you come forward and bring me what I've asked for since day one, it's my birthright, it's my universal birthright, and God will make sure that you do, because you're going to get more and more karma every day until I am absolutely brought balance and my money's returned. I will sit at my helm where God wants me, however that will be, And I will have my monies returned from the inheritances so that I can get on with my job of my divine soul's blueprint with the divine creator for New Earth Star. And it will go back to the people, however God and I so choose, with the ideas and the plans and the downloads that I've had since I was about 18. And nobody's going to take it from me, as you've all tried to take and steal and hack and stack and watch and spy and send all your little minions and do everything you can to get all of my ideas so that you can go and play criminal and get paid the money while I sit on the street. You're so criminal. This is why you're getting karma. You're not going to come back. Because how important is your soul's progression? It isn't. Because we tell you these things every day and your consequences mean nothing to you. You still do the abuse. Okay, so then sit in your consequences. I'm going to get on with my business. This is a very important part for alchemy on all halves. Write this down, please. Anything that has been investigated and held in secret files, whether it's the Aboriginals and the First Peoples and the First Nations, anything that is found out about these lineages and about the place that they have had and the places that they have been and the people that they have been and served. I'm working at about my 990th timeline on Earth. And I have my rights to know. I have my rights to the lineage. I have my rights to the information. This information will go back to the peoples, and there will be legal agreements drawn so that the peoples will have an opportunity to sit with other legal councils of where the information has been held and why it's been held in secret and who's had the authority to do so. None of you. As an open planet in the galactic federations and the councils of light, we are one. Therefore, thus then, if it's my lineage, I have the right to it. And my ancestors are going to make so. The information will be brought to me and my ancestors and my lineage and the Most High and the galactic federations, and it will be placed on a table. And then we will sit in discussion, and I will have the opportunity to take all of it as my authority, as my ownership. I get to take it. And then it is in good benevolence and good due diligence what I choose to do with it. Make a new 5D, new Earth Star, City of Light, City of Temple, Temple of Light, museum, teaching facility, light wisdom facility, because our lineages have done the work. If I'm a creator God and I affect all quantum energy, I've done the work and I'm going to get my paperwork. You're not going to have it. You're not going to keep it. It's not yours. This is very important for alchemy, for us to return to a sovereign experience. That's my agency. It's not yours. You've done everything in your power to corrupt, splice, hack, clone, copy, sabotage, direct, hit, minimize. The list goes on. What's been done to me? 2,000 curses and hexes and impalements. Selling me 200 times to try and make me think I'm not who I am. Chakra veiling and chakra memory erasing. You want me to forget about all my timelines? You're not going to forget about my timelines. They're my fucking timelines. It's my energy. Step aside. Criminals, you will not lead us into cloning and into off the cliff with your bad science, poor choices. You will not control us. We will not be your robots. We will be the highest 3 E's of all creation. Because the more creative we are, the more healed we are. We will move into the highest vibrational experiential planet. And we will show others how to heal through great separations and traumas. Because we're godly. We've always been godly. And it will begin with me. As God will lift me, so too I am. I am that I am. Say it proudly, dear lighted ones, and say it out loud so your body hears you. I am that I am. Place your hands on your solar plexus and your heart space. Anything that is hidden and held in secret files, you will not fabricate it, you will not destroy it, it will be brought back to the people. And the people will get to decide from therefore what they will do with it. And in the greater good, to restore New Earth Star and to bring New Earth Star stories. And we will have new stories in the Akash. We will have new storytelling. We will have new shamanic history telling. And we're going to get back communing and communicating and collaborating with our communities. And we're going to get back engaging with our communities. Why? Because we want to create better connection. Because if we're not connected with Source, if we're not connected with the tapestry of who we've been, if we're not connected with the energy of who we are, if we're not connected with quantum energy, if we're not connected with all parts of the equation, then what are we? Going to Epstein Earth, and real fast. I am divine feminine, and this is my job. We will reconnect. Those that so desire, you have free will. And if not, you can move off my channel. Thanks for coming. This is what I do, and it's who I am. I ain't gonna apologize, I ain't gonna play small. It's time we all put put the sticks down and the fear and the control down, and we're going to start unifying, and we're going to create beautiful things, because that's who Divine Feminine is. Divine Feminine never wants the glory. Divine Feminine wants the children healed. Again, we said, are AI robots going to heal the children coming out of trafficking? No, you need compassion. You need empathy. You need the essence. You need the vibration. You need the quantum vibration. I'm a vibrational healer. I have codes. I heal. I heal with my hands. I heal with my voice. I heal. It's energy. You can't copy that in AI. You can't have somebody that's pretending to be a 3D doppelganger that says, I'm a conduit and I do black magic, and we did a destiny swap spell, so I'm a conduit. I'm a conduit. No, you're not. It takes about 990 lifetimes. Did you do that? Did ya? Because I'm looking at your cost right now and you're about 340. But thanks for coming. You're still included. You're still one, but you're not going to rape me anymore. I will receive the money I am due. I am a divine God creator. I am ascended master. I know who I am. It's not my problem. You have poor beliefs. Go to God. I will be who I will be. I am not going to be damaged and targeted any further. And you can take your little trucks that stalk me with their little body boxes, homemade body boxes on the back of their trucks. It doesn't scare me. If I've survived 55 plus sacrifices and attacks from the military in whatever way they have done so, shadow governments, and being paid, it does not scare me. God will lift me. And I will sing, new life earth, new life earth. And there will be nothing that I won't do for you, for you. I will sit with you while you're sick, and if you're not feeling well, I will bring love, I will bring joy. I will be your light. Shia Mamaka. Because we need more love on the planet. We need connection on the planet. We are all connected with Earth, dear lighted ones, and we just want to know our stories, because you're all important. So reclaim your power, reclaim your voice. The Divine Feminine Mother loves you. The Divine Goddess loves you. She's responsible for the waters. She's responsible for abundance. Understand energy, dear lighted ones. We have our rights to know who we are. It's our divine universal birthright, and God will be there lifting you and helping you and healing what needs to be healed. Don't keep anything from anyone. It's not your job. It's not your job to keep any piece of information that would bring another peace. I've been asking for my birth information because it would bring me peace. And yesterday I cried for about an hour because there were people in the collective that were illegally, unlawfully studying me. They were getting great advances, and they were making great videos and great pieces of paper and great educational papers on me. Well, what do I get? It's me. Where's the respect? Nobody has come towards me with any level of respect. We'd like to do a study on you. Can you come in? Can we work together? Can we build a bridge? There's no connection. You're just taking, you're raping, you're harvesting, you're stealing. And then you're putting out a paper or a video and you're calling it yours. It's not yours. It's my agency. You did the calculations. You did the tracking of the numbers, and you did it in your labs. It's my agency. It's my vibration. Without my vibration, you got nothing. So where is my benefit? Where's my retribution for my family? Where's the pain that I've had gone through to survive 55 sacrifices? Do you not think that there's a vibrational expertise there? Of course there is. I'm here, aren't I? I'm going back in age, aren't I? You can't explain me, can you? Therefore, thus then, everyone shall bow to God. It is all God. Your equations are God. You're just not at that godly state where you can explain them. Therefore, thus then, can you not learn? Can you not build a bridge? We're teaching you, we're showing you. That's your belief, that's your perspective, that's your ignorance. Well, can we work together and maybe get higher intelligence? We can start, can't we? All information will be transparent because you don't know what you don't know. And we're trying to show you all is God, and God will lift everybody. God will show the way. God will clear the way. Its turns right now is very important, and I will be repaid. Those that have been stealing and taking and living a free life and living in houses that aren't theirs, you need to return the monies and go to the authorities and tell who's been paying you. And I'm not going to pay you, and I'm not going to lift you through life. When I do finally get my money, those from Calgary and those from the past, I'm not going to give you a penny. I will not give you anything. You partied and you absolutely fed me to the wolves. And you lied on court, you lied in papers, you lied on documents. I'm not dead. I'm not a porn person. I've been celibate for 15 years. I'm devoted 24/7 to God and divine plan. I know who I am. I'm not here to sell myself to anyone. It's time for me to step up. It's time for me to lead. It's time for me to be and do as I so choose. I have great plans for humanity. I'm here to offer all that I am from all of the lifetimes that I've been throughout this whole multiverse. And I'm here to teach and I'm here to give. Now, will you let me? Or will I be attacked? Because you're not healed. Again, not my problem. I have my universal birthright and God will show the way. And you will be moved. Because the universe will go forward with its ascension. And I'm a crucible for it. And we have new rules. You're not going to keep the paperwork anymore. It's going to be made to the agency of the people that are it. So sort it out, private agencies and private people that are doing the investigating. Because you never had a right without signatures to do so and be so and withhold monies from me for 30 plus years. I don't care whether you're a cult or coven or Illuminati. I don't give a crap what your title is. Nobody cared about how much peace and how much trouble and how much sabotage. I barely made it. God had to put me back together 4 times. I shouldn't be here. But there's a story to tell, and I'm one of every one of those little ones that ever been trafficked because I got sold over 200 times in the black web. Why? Because I'm a God creator, and your science will show you that. So are we going to get on with business now, or are we going to build bridges? Yes or no? Yes, you're going to come forward with offers. I want the monies returned, please. You all have the address of my bank. It can be made official draft. I will only meet with officials, and you will have the papers with you, and there must be 2 or more involved, and we will have recorded sessions. I will not meet with you in a dark alley. I will not meet with anybody from the past. You will be blocked on all levels, in every way. I will not give you a penny for where you sit in your karma. You've been told 8,000 times, stop throwing death at me. Sit in your karma. Is that everything, Holy Mother Father? We have about 10 minutes. Is there a telepathic message that would like to come through? Mother Father and the Galactic Federations, would you like to say something, or shall we go to telepathic messages from the collective? They're saying telepathic messages. Anybody have a telepathic message? Just pay attention to your heart space and ask the question. Anybody that would like to ascension session, a healing, an activation. If you want to talk more about ascension, about who you're with, your teams, your guides, you can contact me at paypal.me/Joanna L. Ross, and it's $250 US. If you pay that $250 US, and there's a comment field, there's a special comment box in PayPal, and then you just state in the comment your name, your first and last name is all I need, and then what you would like to collaborate with. Again, there are some of those in the collective that God is going to be forwarding you. There's only a handful, by the way. There's a handful of you that are benevolent and that have benevolent excitement to work with me, and God will move you to be guided however you're going to be guided, right? That's between you and God. There's a couple in the collective that will be coming forward to work with me and collaborate. We're going to shuffle our cards, and we're going to pull we're just going to pull 1 card because we don't have time to do 3. And tomorrow maybe we'll do a full triangle. Are you all feeling good? Feeling good. Feeling good. So it's nice that the investigations were done. We're so grateful for your investigation. We're grateful for all the scientific help, but we're going to do it the right way now. We're going to return the energies and the informations to the people that it belongs to. And the people that it belongs to will be, it's up to them and their tribe and their lineage to discern how they want to move about the energy. The first people's information will not be kept by anybody but the first people's. They get to choose where their information is going to go, and the same with me and my lineage. And yes, we're going to put it back to the people because that's just who we are. But it's, again, you have to give that energy back to them. You took it, you kept it, you withheld it, right? So we're going to be grown-ups now. We're going to be getting out of the little kindergarten playground. And exactly, Seven of Swords. That's the energy. Seven of Swords is sneaky, creepy, shady, snaky. You know, everybody's getting their little cows and they're doing whatever you want with it. And that's harvesting. That's exactly what harvesting is. It's not transparent. It's not been transparent. It's not been giving other people peace. There should be no way somebody of the caliber that I am, there should have been no way that I have been barely surviving with all of my channels broken down and silenced. I could have been, it just doesn't, I can't even speak. One question from the collective, please. Telepathic. I love you, Source. Thank you, Source. I love you. I love you. I love everybody. I love you, Cluedo. I love everyone. Yes, we can start doing open classes. If you'd like to do open classes for your work or for your families or for your collective or for your community or for your church, absolutely. Put it down in the PayPal and we can have a session and a discussion. You still need to have a payment to speak with me because we want to make sure that my energy will be respected at all times. I will not give it away for free any longer. I want to get out of this situation of living on the street. I should not be living in the street. The poverty has been enforced. False claims about insanity have been enforced. Systematic abuse will be done. The black web will be done. These are my words. No more systematic abuse. Women should not be depressed in their homes, trying to fight their way through black magic and being sold to the underground and cults and covens that are selling them and harvesting off of them. It's abhorrent. Go heal yourselves, people. Learn about spiritual wisdom. You don't need to harvest. Get your own light. Learn about energy. Learn, go explore who you are with Source, in of as spirit. It is the only quickener. We're proving it to you. I am the example. We love you, dear lighted ones. We love you, dear lighted ones. One question, telepathic, please. You can get in touch with me. My email is joannacosmicangel@yahoo.com. And Source Creator will ensure if it's a benevolent query or question, Source Creator, and just say as you're sending it, Source Creator, please ensure that this gets to Celeste. Because again, people have hacked all my devices. I don't have a working phone, so you cannot call me. Again, if you want to get in touch with me, paperwork's being sent to me, it needs to be sent to the bank. And then you put attention client pickup, and then you put my name. And then you put my email address because they need to contact me through my email address. My phone is not working. All of my bills are behind. Everything is behind because these people have suffocated and withheld all the finances. They have stolen, they have fraudulated, they have exploited, they have discriminated, they have abused power, technology. They've abused everything they could abuse. And it's done. It's over now. Now I want redemption. Now I want retribution. It's my turn to receive. I would like to receive. I have to get on with business here, people. Ascension will not be held up any longer in the galaxy. Today is retribution day. There will be receiving today. So either make donations to PayPal if you've been part of the taking and raping and stealing and you take it up with God as to how your karma will be cleared. Those cults and companies and the businesses and the people of the state, the people that have been withholding, the people that have been taking everything they've been taking and thinking they're playing God and handler over me. You're no handler over me. I don't need a handler. I think we established that, didn't we? The money's for my lineage and the money's for my people, and I want my birth records, and it will be returned to me. And if you do so, I will not place charges on the illegal testing, experimenting, studying, and observing, which I very well could, because there was no authorization. but I would be very grateful for the scientific research that you've done. You're all very wise and smart. And those people that are cloning, those reports that I found out, if anybody's been trying to clone me, then I may perhaps put charges on you, because no, that's vile. You will not clone a divine feminine goddess. You will not clone her. You will start to learn and understand and go heal yourself. You have wounding of your divine feminine energies. Go heal. Again, there is no spiritual wisdom on the planet, and we're going to change that, and it's going to change now. Get connected, dear lighted ones. Connect with your higher self. Your higher self would never tell you to do those things. Your higher self would never say go clone. So obviously you're not connected. Connect to your higher self, connect to spirit, connect to your people, connect to your collective, connect to Gaia. And when you're connected, you should have a beautiful, beautiful life with positive karma. God will lift you. God will change creation for you, as we are showing through my story. Thank you, dear lighted ones. I love you so very much. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. For all the divine feminines, I love you. We love you, dear lighted ones. We hope you, anybody that would like to connect with me, you've got my email address, you've got my PayPal. We love you, bye. Signing off, bye. I love you, Kudo. Bye, thank you.